Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna go ahead and do my January wrap up. I tried to get completely organized. I wrote stuff down, and then I read 13 books. So as I was writing it down, trying to remember what I want to say, it was taking way too long. So I'm actually gonna wing it. So I hope that this review, I hope that this video makes sense and stuff. I'm gonna do my best. So first I want to talk about my TBR that I had set for this month, which I had done the Hey Reader wheel spin thing for 3 prompts, and then I drew from my TBR jar for 3 more prompts. So my Hey Reader prompts were random generated number, random number, and then count that far on my bookshelf, get that book, which that ended up being this book, Something New, which I got just a little bit in, wasn't enjoying it, and I DNF'd it. So that's not in my 13 books that I read. Then I also did, the next prompt was Ugly Cover, which I picked this one, which I really wasn't enjoying it. I tried really hard. I probably got 150 pages in, and I just didn't like it. I read the first one and it was, okay, but there were too many, they had their own language type of deal. And in the back, in the back it tells you a glossary of the different words and things. I don't know. As I read it, and I would have to go, what does that mean? And I'd have to go back. It was too confusing. I didn't enjoy it. I DNF'd it. So I didn't really do a book with an ugly cover. I like most of the books that I read. So, I like the covers of most of the books that I own because I am bad about cover buying. So I didn't really have one to replace it with necessarily. So I just DNF'd it. Another one that was a prompt was an author I've never read, which was Nevermore. It was Jessica Townsend. It was Nevermore. I did read that one. I'll talk about it in a minute. The 3 from my TBR jar were Save the Date, which I read. I'll talk about in a minute. Also these 2, it was funny because they're from the same author, and I picked them both separately in the jar. So it's Lynn Hinton. It's Friendship Cake and The Things I Know Best. I tried. I'm not a fan of the writing style, I guess. So I also DNF'd these. So I DNF'd 4 books this month, and normally I would feel a little bit bad, but I really don't, because I feel like I'm getting to know what type of books and what type of writing style and things like that. I'm starting to learn more about me and about the books that I enjoy. So I don't really feel bad for DNFing these books, because I still read 13 books in the month of January. So I'm pretty happy. So we are going to start with, it's kind of in order, the books that I read. I believe I have them in order of when I read them, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so I read A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. I've never read a Libba Bray book before. This is my first. I'm not sure what I was expecting. I guess because I had heard it kind of hyped up a lot on other booktube videos, and so back before, not recently, because it's not a new book by any means, but I just remembered hearing a lot about it. I honestly don't remember if I heard great things, but I just know I heard this title so many times, so I thought, oh, it must be great. And when I read it, I only gave it 3 stars, because it was fine. It wasn't a horrible book. It was just fine. It was just okay. Definitely not a favorite of mine. Let's see. Trying to think. I didn't love any of the characters. Several of them were pretty much annoying. They frustrated me. There were too many things that, I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring. She's laying right here. If you can, sorry. But it was just an okay book. I liked it. I didn't love it. It was fine. Then I read, what did I read next? I read a book called As the Stars Fall. Don't remember the author. I'll put it up here. I received this book, this ebook, to review. And I did like the book, but here's the thing. Okay. You can tell by the cover, it is a book about a dog. It's the story of a dog. It's it's his story through his eyes, okay? And it was not an easy story to read. It was a heavy story. It was a good book, but it was also terrible because my heart can't handle books like this. I'm not going to go into it. You get it. It's about a dog. The story was heart-wrenching. It was hard to read. Good book, good writing. Too painful for me as an animal lover. So I loved it and I hated it. I gave it about 3.5 stars. I think on Goodreads I put 4 stars because you can't do half. So I would give it like a 3.5 only because it's too, it hurts me to read those books. So, there's that. So, let's see, next I read Shades of Endearment. Okay, this book, okay, it's basically a love story. Let's see, I wrote it down because this was at the beginning of the month, so I do struggle with remembering. So let's see, it's basically a love story where the two main characters kind of go their separate ways. Life takes them down very different paths. There ends up being like a pretty good twist at the end. It was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite book ever. It's very short read, at under 200 pages. So, I mean, it's not a long book. Oh, I can't say the author's name. Can you see it? Did it focus? Anyways, this was also one that was sent to me to review. It says the most beautiful love story you will ever read in a lifetime. Maybe not for me. It was a good book, but once again, it wasn't one of my favorites. It was just okay. I gave it 3 stars. Okay, then I read Rebel Angels. This is the second of the Gemma Doyle series. I don't know. Anyways, it's the second to A Great and Terrible Beauty. Rebel Angels, I'm not going to go into what it's about because you need to read the first one, because the second one will have spoilers, the third one will have spoilers. So it's book 2. Once again, I liked it. I didn't love it. I believe I gave it 3 stars, but I wanted to read more in the story, see how things turned out. I found out how they turned out as far as book 2 goes. There is a book 3. I did read that. I'll get to that in a minute. Then I read a book called The Other Miss Sampson. The Other Miss Sampson, let's see, what did I write down about that? Okay, so this book, I loved it. Then I didn't love it. Then I did love it. It kind of was like one of those back and forth books. I never hated it though. I never hated it. I just had moments where I didn't love it as much. It's historical fiction. It was another one that was sent to me to review. It's historical fiction. It was really good. I believe I gave it 4 stars, which is pretty good for me. I'm stingy with my stars, but it was very good. But there are 2 timelines basically. There are 2 characters. I'm going blank on their names. The first one, I loved her story. The second one, I liked her story, but not near as much. So there's that. There was a part that devastated me in the book. A couple of parts actually that really got to me. It's historical fiction, and it is during like Nazi Germany timeline, and so very good book. I do recommend it. 4 stars. Anyways, okay, so then I also read, what what did I read? Oh, I read 337. 337. This cover is really cool. This one was sent to me for review also. The author is M. Jonathan Lee. This book is cool because if you notice, look, it's basically Lee, which I think is cool, Lee. But, okay, so this book, there's this side of the cover, which is like, you know, this bright, sunshiny doorway. Or you can start on this side, which is kind of like gloomier and nighttime and more mysterious, and it's really cool. If you start on this side, you just straight up read the story. If you start on this side, you read the story until you get to let's see. When you get to chapter, let's see, you finish chapter 3, and then the next page, I'm spoiling this for anyone who wants to get it, but it says, nothing is as it seems. Now turn the book and read on from page 16. Because chapter 3 ends on page 16. And literally 1 through 3 is the exact same as you would read on this side 1 through 3. So like, essentially it doesn't matter which side you start from. You're going to get the exact same story. But it's just interesting how that is done. Anyways, I really liked this book. It's like mysterious and kind of creepy-ish, but not, like I've read other M. Jonathan Lee books, and this one was less creepy and more like, oh, what's the word? It was like mysterious, but like it kept you feeling anxious. Not really thriller. I don't know how to explain it, but anyways, it was really, really good. I enjoyed this one a lot. I believe I gave this one 4 stars as well. I read These Vicious Masks. This one I got at a used bookstore. And I don't remember my ratings from here on out pretty much. I'd have to go to Goodreads, which I mean I can do. I never recorded that I read this yet. So this one, I can't think of how to explain it to you. It just basically says, Evelyn is bored with society and its expectations, so when her beloved sister Rose mysteriously vanishes, she ignores her parents and travels to London to find her, accompanied by the dashing Mr. Kent, but they're not the only ones looking for Rose. So there's, they find out that she has these mysterious healing powers, and so there's like magic involved. It was really good. I don't know if there's a second one. I have to like look into that and see if there is a book 2, because I'm actually not sure. Okay, so I read Nevermore. 5 stars. Listen, this is middle grade. This book is so enchanting. It's like charming. There's magic. There's mystery. There's, I don't even know. I did a vlog where I read this, so you can read that. Or, I mean, you can watch that. But, like, I loved Nevermore. The Trials of Morgan Crow. 5 stars. 5 stars. I'm out of order, but I also read Wondersmith book 2. Once again, 5 stars. Loved it. Maybe 4 stars. No, I'd say 4.5, 5 stars. I'm going to be reading book 3 really soon, so I'm really excited. But I read, Save the Date, which is one of the ones that I pulled out of my jar. This was simply okay. I gave it 3 stars. I've read other Morgan Matson. I read Since You've Been Gone, and I really, really love that. It was a long time ago, so maybe I wouldn't love it as much now. I don't know, but I liked this one a lot. I'll keep the book, but I wasn't in love with it. 3 stars. I read the Sweet Bar Thing. Once again, not going to tell you about it because it'll ruin the other, or, you know, it'll ruin book 1 if you haven't read it. I would say another 3-star book. It was fine. It was fine. I read The Curse of Misty Wayfair. This one, I love Jamie Jo Wright, and I've heard that this is like the best. I don't know that I loved it the best. I liked it a lot. And I'll still give it like 4 stars because I do enjoy Jamie Jo Wright books. But I was also very distracted. I'll be real. I was very distracted. I was trying to read this a lot while I was working and stuff. So it was really good. Don't know that it was my favorite. I may need to reread it. I ended up buying it on Audible with like a credit that I had. So I'll probably listen to it again before too long because I feel like I missed some stuff because I was so distracted. But anyways, that. And then book 13, the last book that I read during the month of January, The List. Once again, not a new book. Got it at a used bookstore. I don't even know when this book was published. 2014. Huh. So yeah, it's not, or 2017. 2014, 2014. Anyways, I gave The List, I haven't put it in Goodreads yet. I'm gonna probably give it like 3.5 stars. So on Goodreads, I don't know if I'll put it as a 3 or a 4. I'm not sure. I did enjoy it. Somehow I was thinking it was more middle grade. I guess because of the picture on the cover makes you think that it's middle grade, but like I don't think it is. I think it says the fantasy book of the year. It was really good. Not the best book I've ever read, but it was really good. So those are the 13 books that I read in the month of January. So that's a lot of books. So I'm gonna pick them up and I'm gonna show you. I am, oh gosh, these books plus 2 ebooks. So let's see. These books plus 2 ebooks. So I'm pretty proud. That was, whoops, that was January. Yeah. That's a good amount of reading. And it's February now and it's February 3rd and I'm on my 3rd. I read 2 books. One I read in one day and then started a second book like in the evening and finished it the next day. So like I've already read, I mean by the end of the night, 3 books and it's only February 3rd. So I am not in any kind of reading slump. I'm having a good time reading already this year. So let's hope it stays this steady. But yeah, so here's my books that I read. If I can pick it up again. Oh gosh, that one does not want to stay upright. Here we go. Here's the books that I read in January. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you have a great year of reading. I hope you did great in January. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.